Good morning, everybody. Happy Tuesday. I'm sorry I'm late today. I want to tell you, I expected my power to be out this morning, which is part of the reason I'm late. I was trying to figure out what was going to happen because I got a phone call from the electric company this morning saying my power was going to be out from 9 to 12. Of course, I screamed it in the phone, but it was a recording, so they didn't hear me. Anyway, while I'm waiting for my chat to pop up, let me quickly remind you, my name is Angie Atkinson, and on this channel, I offer free daily video coaching to help you discover, understand, and overcome narcissistic abuse in toxic relationships. I like to call it toxic relationship rehab. So if that sounds good to you, hit that subscribe button and let's get going. Okay, allow me to apologize for being late. Like I said, I had a weird thing this morning. I got a phone call about 8 o'clock this morning saying your power is going to be off from 9 to noon. So it's 9:38 now. And so what I did was I put my phone on the charger and I thought, okay, I'm just going to go do that. So if for some reason my feed ends suddenly, it's because my power went out. So let me apologize in advance for that. But apparently they're putting some kind of a new transformer in today. So I may or may not be without power for a period of time this morning. So anyway, good morning, Malta. Good morning, David. David H. is in the house, you guys. So if you have questions regarding police matters, he is here, as is Ms. Jillian, our attorney friend. So we have Dana Marie Scarletti. Good morning, Dana. Good morning, Jennifer Goss. Jihan in the house. Hey, Jihan, how you doing? We have, let's see, Jillian. Good morning, Miss Jillian. Amanda Eakin is here. Good morning, Amanda. Tattoo Princess 78 in the house. Miladies Gutierrez. Good morning, my love. Mr. Breon Garner in the house. Hello, Breon. He says, good morning, thrivers and survivors. Jihan says, why can't I, hold on a minute. Let me scroll on back up. Jihan says, why can't I feel safe although the narc is so far away? Well, part of that is that you spent a great amount of time being scared. And feeling safe is not your natural state of being after going through all of that. So what you have to do is keep constantly reminding yourself that you are safe, that everything's going to be okay, and that you're not unsafe. And then, of course, you have to watch your back and stay strong. It's a matter of changing your programming, Jihan. You have to really start to change the way you think and the way you feel about all of that stuff. So look for people you can trust, work toward getting, additional support locally, and stick with us here and we'll help you as well. Tattoo Princess says, I did it. I told my narc last night, I think we need to separate. Please pray for me to stay strong through this. How did it go, Tattoo Princess? First of all, congratulations for being so brave. I'm really impressed. Everybody send love and light and strong positive energy to Tattoo Princess 78. Let us know how it went. Let's talk about it. Tommy D says, morning, pretty mama. Good morning, Tommy D. How you doing? MMH in the house. Oh, I haven't seen you in a while. How you doing, MMH? Welcome back, honey. We missed you. Malta McMurtry says, good morning, Angie, and good morning, fellow tribe members. And DJ J Love in the house. Good morning, my awesome new fam. Good morning, beautiful. How are you? Irish Indian here. Hey, Irish Indian, how you doing? Says, good morning, tribe. How is everyone? And let's see, we have Trish Meyerly in the house. Good morning, Trish. How you feeling, honey? She said she's feeling free and grateful. Hey, that's a good thing, my friend. Dana Marie Scarletti has prayers for the princess. And Happy Heaven says, hey, everyone. Hi, everyone. Hey, Happy Heaven. How you doing? Lynn Powers is in the house. Good morning, Miss Lynn. How are you? Welcome, welcome. Jihan says, it needs courage to remember who you were before it all happened. That's true. Tommy D says, cops, I'm out of here. That's so funny. Jihan, listen, yes, you need courage to remember, but I'm going to tell you something. You're never going to be exactly the same person that you were before you met the narcissist, but you can become a new and better version of yourself, okay? Because what happens is when we go through the abuse, we change. And it doesn't mean we change in necessarily a bad way. It means we kind of go inside of ourselves. But during the process of being with a narcissist, we evolve. And then we have to evolve even further when we're finished, because sometimes we evolve in a way that we don't love. We stop being our usual cheerful, sparkly selves and we become something else. Well, in this case, you need to decide. And I shouldn't say you need to. You get to decide who you want to be now. You can be a version of who you were before, but you're going to be a new and more evolved version. Does that help at all? Let's see here. Phyllis G says, good morning, Angie. Hello, everyone. Good morning, Miss Phyllis. How are you, honey? Welcome back. Irish Indian says, DJ J Love, this is the best kind of family. I cannot disagree with that, my friend. Amanda says, just saw one of my fiance's family post on Facebook. He was going to see his granny and his narc father, who we thought was 800 miles away. Well, that's interesting. If I remember correctly, Amanda, your father-in-law is the narcissist, right? And your husband is struggling with that, correct? Or your fiance? Scott Johnson is back. Good morning, Scott Johnson. How are you, honey? He says, hi, Angie. How was your coffee and how was your weekend? Feeling good this morning. I have a lovely cup of coffee right here, and it is still warm, and it's wonderful. Um, and my weekend was very nice. It was very nice. Welcome back, Scott Johnson. Let's see here. Teresa Tromke is in the house. Hey, Teresa, how you doing, honey? She says, good morning, Angie and everyone. I hope you're having a wonderful day. You're awesome. Thank you, and the feeling is mutual, my friend. Thank you so much for being here, my little tribe. All right. MMH says, many prayers for Tattoo Princess. Wally says, good morning. Good morning, Wally. Oops. DJ J Love says, let's see. Hold on, I just lost my place. Put my coffee down. I got a little kitten crawling up on my lap here. Let me just pick him up. Say hello, little kitten. Okay. He has so many meows to say. I guess he wants attention today. Let's see here. Good morning, Teresa Tromke, MMH. Okay. Well, dang it. I keep losing my place. I hate that stuff. Okay. Oh, no cords for you. No cords for you. All right. Okay. Dana Marie Scarletti agrees that this is the best family. She says, this part of my day is so special. That is amazing, Dana. Thank you so much. Stop the Chaos in the House says, I consider myself a person who always wants to see the positive. I'm starting to realize I don't have to see the positive in this situation. I'm already out. I don't need to keep stepping back in. I agree with that. And I think the positive in this situation is that you maybe learned that you can, in fact, be happy regardless of who is in your world. I don't know. Or you become stronger. That's something. Ow, this kitty is hurting my leg. All right. He's in a playful mood today. Happy Heaven says, Angie dear, can you please talk about when the narc is an adult daughter that I love and miss, but the hell is too much. The lies, Angie, help. Okay. It's really terrible when that happens. And I think what you have to do is unfortunately, just say, look, I'm here for you no matter what. I'm sorry you're going through whatever you're going through, and keep moving forward. She's going to do what she's going to do, and since she's an adult, there's not a whole lot we can do. So Happy Heaven, what I suggest that you should consider is loving yourself and focusing on what you can control and not what you can't. Unfortunately, you can't control your adult daughter. So you have to just tell her, hey, I'm here if you need me. I'm just going to stand over here, do my thing, and live my life, and please let me know if you're here. Let me know if you need me. Send out a birthday card and Christmas card or a Hanukkah card or whatever every year, and remind her that you love her, and that's the best thing that you can do. And I know that that's incredibly painful for you, but when people, when they're adults, there's just not a whole lot that we can do to control them. And not that I'm trying to control anybody, but I'm just saying, in general, if she's got some kind of twisted ideas in her head, and you can't, I'm sure you've tried to explain yourself. So this puts you in a difficult position. Let me know your thoughts, and let me know if you have any specific details you want me to cover. Amanda Eakin says, love to Tattoo Princess. That is something to be proud of. Stick to your guns, love. I totally agree. Jihan says, again, is there a possibility of recovering without a therapist? Therapists do a lot of victim blaming. Plus, my last therapist didn't trust my identification of the narc being a narc because I'm not a pro. Okay. Yes, I did not have a therapist to recover myself. I did a lot of research. I did a lot of self-work. I think a lot of people, we've talked before about how therapists are sometimes not educated about this. And if they haven't personally experienced it, even if they were educated, they may not fully understand the level of pervasiveness and sneakiness that comes into it. People don't understand that sometimes just a look across the room means you're going to be in trouble when you get home. Or, the way that a person curls their lip when they're talking to someone might mean that, terrible things are about to happen. It sounds silly, but, little phrases that seem innocent might really be very abusive and hurtful. So it's a process, So yes, I do think it's possible to recover without a therapist. It of course depends on the depth of the damage that's been done and how very focused you are on healing, and what, you have to take action and you have to work toward it actively, on purpose. You know what I mean? Does that make any sense? Intentionally. Happy Heaven says thank you from Ireland. Well, my pleasure from the U.S. By the way, I'm 32% Irish. What up, girl? All right. Ladies Gutierrez says my narc has been reaching out to my family, asking them why I blocked him. He's playing victim, of course he is. I'm so tired of this. Why does he want to see? He wants to see his son, but he has showed me he does not care for him. Okay, ladies, I don't know what the laws are where you live, but if he's required to see his son, then you have to let him up to a point, I guess. But if he's not able to, if he's physically abused you and or him, you have some limits there. I would tell your family to not give him any information if they haven't. I hope they haven't already. It's not really any of their concern. They should maybe just not answer the phone when he calls. As far as him reaching out and playing victim, that's very common. That's narcissistic injury, and it looks like he's combining it with a bit of a smear campaign, acting like you're the bad person in this whole deal, which is obviously not the case. So I would stay strong. I would explain to your family as much as you can. You might look on my channel for the video about how to explain a narcissist to outsiders, because there are definitely some things you can say that might help a little bit. But ultimately, you don't really need to accept anyone's, you don't have to explain it, but I would explain it to your family if they believe that you can, if they believe you. You know what I'm saying? If they're on your side, then explain it. Irish Indians, and ask them not to respond to him or to answer his calls. I mean, they're your family, not his, right? Irish Indian says, Angie, oh, wait a minute, Free to Be Me is in the house. Hey, Free to Be Me, welcome back. She says, morning, Angie and all. Missed you all last week. I hate when work interferes with my spanily time. I feel you, but we all got to work, don't we? But I'm really glad that you're back, Free to Be Me. Thank you so much for coming in today. Welcome back, honey. All right, let's see. Irish Indian says, hold on, my thing's stuck here. Irish Indian says, Angie, where is a good place around our city that I can find some peace and quiet? I want a place I can just watch the sky and forget about the world for a bit of soul search. Are you in St. Louis? Where are you at, Irish Indian? I assume, are you in St. Louis? There are lots of lakes and little things like that, parks. I got to find out what part of the city you're in. That would be helpful. Shannon Kwok in the house. Hey, Shannon, welcome back, or welcome. I don't know if I've seen you before. I think I have. TGIT, she says, from Shannon Kwok. Good morning, Shannon. Tattoo Princess says he was exceptionally calm about it and said he doesn't really have any feelings one way or the other, at least not as of yet. I fear the storm later. I feel you. Yeah, that sometimes narcissists have this thing where when a tragedy happens, they freeze up and they just act, like you said, exceptionally calm. So the storm may come. Be prepared. But as long as he's calm, I would start moving, girl. I would start moving ASAP. You know what I mean? Okay. Let's see here. Let's see. Jamie B says, good morning, Jamie B. She says, good morning, Angie, Malta, and everyone else. Hope everyone is off to a wonderful start today. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. I'm just happy right now that we have power. How are you feeling this morning, Jamie B? Teresa Tromke, hey girl. She says, you always look so beautiful, Angie. You are awesome. Thank you so much for all you do. You are so sweet. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. I really do. And I'm really happy that you're here, Teresa. Thank you. Stop the Chaos says, just saying this out loud, he acts like I should still be friendly toward him. Newsflash to myself, I don't have to be friendly, just civil for the kids. Damn right. That's right. You do not have to be friendly. You have to be professionally type polite. You know what I'm saying? Just because, why do anything to hurt the kids? Like you said, just for the kids. Civil is all you have to be. Treat him like a checkout person at the grocery store, or a daycare worker, or someone that you don't know very well, but you're kind enough to because they're a person in the world. Professionally kind. That's all. Professionally polite is all you have to be to him. That's right. DJ J Love says to Irish Indian, yes, this group has helped me feel stronger and learn that we are all special who deserve better. That is damn right. Yes, DJ J Love, you are absolutely on 100% correct, my love. Shelly Thomas says, good morning, Angie. Just read an article posted on Span about reactive abuse. When the abused finally snaps in reaction to the abuse and then gets painted as the crazy one. Dealing with this now, I really am dying to get away. I have written about that as well. I don't know if it was mine or someone else's, but it's absolutely a thing. And it's not even, I don't even know that it's always abuse. It's what happens is, yeah, you snap sometimes. See, because what you have to remember is that narcissists, they don't usually go after weak people. You know, they go after people with strong personalities, and they like to break them. Well, people with strong personalities don't always stay down forever. And so the moment that you snap, like Shelly said, and you start, you know, talking back, and you start yelling back, and you start screaming back sometimes, and you know, certainly that happens, and then they act like you're the crazy one. Like it's a gaslighting thing. It's a, you know, they smear campaign you. Maybe they record you screaming at them after they've just gaslighted the crap out of you, made you feel crazy, you know, and then of course they don't record that part. They only record the part of you acting crazy. That does happen sometimes. Shelly, sometimes, you know, we do that because it helps us to be stronger. Like sometimes we have those moments where we go, I'm not going to take this shit anymore. And we just go ballistic. And then in our minds, maybe we think maybe they'll just leave if I go crazy on them, right? But Shelly, I want you to, I don't know if you saw my video yesterday, last night about the new download on my site, but if you go to queenbeing.com/PLAN plan, you will see 2 downloads that are to help you leave the narcissist. And it's like one of them is like, here are all the things you need to think about before you leave the narcissist. And it's a very extensive list. And the other one is actually like a workbook. You can, or a checklist, both. It's a workbook and a checklist. And it kind of goes, you can physically, you know, print it out and physically write down all the things you need, or just look at it and decide that way. But I find that to be, you know, I know that when I was leaving my narcissist, I was like very overwhelmed with emotion and stress and everything else. And it would have been really nice for me to have a checklist to remind me of all the things I needed to think about, and even a workbook so that I could have had all the information that I needed in one place. And that's exactly what this is. It's free, and there's no, you don't have to subscribe. All you have to do is click and download it, because I don't want there to be any barriers for people who need it. I'm never going to charge for it. I will always have it there for free for my readers, my YouTubers, my Spanily, because if I had something like that, it could have changed my life in some really good ways. So I hope maybe it can help other people do the same, Shelly, and maybe that's something that you can start to think about, because it sounds like you're in a miserable position, and I totally feel you, honey. All right, Philip Martin in the house. He says, good morning. 3 weeks with no communication from my narc. Let the good times roll. Well, Philip, I am so proud of you and happy for you. Congratulations and welcome to the fold. Welcome to the tribe. Dana Marie Scarletti says to Tattoo Princess, I just kicked my narc out 2 months ago, and loading up on Angie videos really helped me stay strong with prayer. That is, along with prayer. That is excellent news, Dana Marie, and thank you for sharing that. You guys, every single one of you who goes through this and gets through it is an inspiration to the next person, and I'm just so happy that you are here with us and that we're all working on this together. I think it's so important, and I love how you support each other. I just want to throw that out there one more time. Yes. All right, Malta says, good morning, Jamie. And Amanda says, yes, she is the one that I was mentioning earlier. Great, okay. Jamie B says, stay strong, Philip. Right on. Dana Marie Scarletti says, good morning, Jamie B and Malta. Sassy Tink retracted a message. Okay. Shannon Quack says, I'm on the road to recovery from my narc. Yay. Yeah, my days have hope. That is a beautiful thing, my friend. I'm so happy to hear it. All right. Oh, good morning, Miss Arlene. She says, I can't stay. My daughter is at the doctor. Good morning, Angie. Good morning, Arlene. Ellen May in the house. Hey, Ellen. She says, good morning, Angie. Your live chats are very helpful. Ellen May, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Shelly Thomas says, I have no, oh, I lost my spot. I hate when that happens. Oh, hold on. I'm getting back to it. La, 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 la. Okay. I'm getting to it. Here it goes. Oh, my stars. See, what happens is sometimes the chat just automatically scrolls on down. Aw. Malta has to leave right now because he's not able to hear everything. Okay, bear with me, guys. I'm getting back to the top of my list here. Okay, I found it. Shelly Thomas says, I have no emotional connection to him any longer. I actually detest him beyond words. He's evil to me. Trying to stay patient as I get the funds and resources to be free from this abuse. I understand. I totally understand. I think it's a good idea for you to start a separate account, savings account or something. Even a PayPal account could be useful for you, and start to put the money aside where he doesn't know it's there. Because I don't know about yours, but mine would have stolen as much as he could have gotten his hands on any chance he saw it. So keep that in mind. And do check out that list I put on Queen Being. It will be very helpful for you. Yes. Okay. Jihan says, you take the pretty and color it dark. You cover the poison with the pretty, with the poetry. These lyrics are in a new song called Goodbye by Echo Smith. It really describes the narc. I feel you, Jihan. That's a really excellent point. Yeah. Dana Marie Scarletti says to Shannon, congratulations. And to Shelly says to Ellen, may I agree. Trish Meyerly, hey girl. She says, I joined a gym and I'm starting to learn to put me first. Oh my gosh, that is beautiful. She says, I'm retired after 31 years as a social worker, lots of free time, so much volunteering, 6 hours a week at the SPCA. Love it and love a new beginning. Oh, Trish, that is amazing. And I'm so excited and happy for you. I'm thrilled. You see, you guys, this is the thing. It can be, there's never a moment when you can't say, I'm starting over today. There's never that moment in your life. You can do that every single day. And it doesn't matter if you're 25 or 35 or 65 or 85. You can always start over right then. A day in a life in general says, good morning. I'm so grateful for you, Angie. Thank you and welcome back, my friend. Jennifer Goss is in the house and she says, my ex is the narcissist. We had 50-50 custody for a year and a half till he abandoned the kids too. I'm so sorry, Jennifer. You know, I think what happens is that they get bored. They stop, you know, they with my ex, he was in my son's life for 2 or 3 months after I left, 4 months, maybe 5 months. And he saw him 3 or 4 times during that time with my presence because of the fact that he wasn't allowed to be alone with him after, well, anyway. And then he wandered off and moved on. And I knew that was, I kind of knew it was, I always knew he would fade away is what I called it. And Jennifer, you know, you can look at this as a bad thing if you want to, but you could also look at this as a good thing. The way I saw it was this: with my ex, he really wasn't good enough for my son. You know what I mean? My son was a beautiful, smart, you know, child, and he didn't need that kind of influence in his life. So I think it turned out okay for him that the ex wasn't there, I guess. I mean, certainly there was a lot of I think there was a lot in his head about it. I think he stressed about it and everything, but I just told him as much as I could tell him, and I showed him pictures, and whatever he wanted to know, I would tell him, you know. So, and then he did have an opportunity to talk to him right before he turned 18, and the guy made a bunch of promises. Oh yeah, I'm going to come see you. I'm going to get to know you. And of course, none of that happened. And I feel really crappy that my son had that pain, but you know, he worked through it and he's doing a little better now. So Jillian says, we change. It's the truth. So grateful I had Angie and Span to guide me through. We can make a choice to come through stronger, better, and more knowledgeable. Recovery is work, but recovery is life. Absolutely the truth. Thank you, my beautiful Jillian. Stop the Chaos says, kids went to school today. That was a goal for me, to make hard look and hard decisions for myself. I sent the kids to school, had a quick cry, and I'm moving on. At least I'm making the attempt. Oh yeah. Been there, been there. You can do this. You can. I promise you. Stay strong. It's going to be better. That's so early to go to school. My kids are going to school, I guess, and I'd actually need to register my middle schooler in the next couple of days. I just realized. Woo-wee. Time flies when you're having fun, doesn't it? It's going to get better. It's going to get better. Stop the chaos. It is. Shelly Thomas says, good for you, Trish. And Amanda Eakin says, we don't know if it's a visit or if he moved, but currently he's an hour away at last. And the last blocked voicemail we got from him was a dog whistle. Yeah. Well, Amanda, maybe this is for the best. Do you think? I mean, you don't want him to be in your daily life because he's obviously very toxic for you and your husband. I mean, your fiance. So I don't know. What's your thoughts? Jamie says, hey, Dana Marie, glad to see you again. I know for a fact I'd still be stuck in hell with the narc if it wasn't for this beautiful Angie right here. Oh, Jamie, that just does my heart a world of good. Thank you, honey. Thank you for real. If you ever get back to St. Louis, we need to plan ahead and actually do that. Get together thing and have some actual coffee face to face. Sammy's in the house. Hey, Sammy, how you doing? She says, and welcome, by the way. She says, hi, Angie. Just want to say thank you for all your videos. They are really helping me. I'm so glad to hear that, Sammy. Thank you so much for being here and for letting me know that. It helps me to keep going forward, to know that I'm helping people. Shelly Thomas says, good morning, beautiful people. Irish Indian says her narc has been gone for a few days. Ooh, and his dog has his dog, so there's no reason to really contact me right now. He texted me late last night, how am I and the cats, like close to midnight. He knows I'm out early. Well, probably he's missing you because whatever he thought he was going to get into, he didn't get into, or because he needs supply. You know what I'm talking about? So did you not respond, I hope? Let me know. Dana Marie Scarletti says, Jamie B. Ditto. She says, I finally realized I'm not the problem. Thank goodness. I'm so happy to hear that, Dana. Trish says, oh, Kitty, yeah, he's on my lap sleeping now. I guess he tuckered himself out. Jihan says, have you seen Inside Out animation? Have you seen that part when the character sadness touched a memory that was joyful and turned it blue? That's what the narcissist does to every memory of my life. I totally can relate to that feeling, Jihan, and that's a very good, it's a very good, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? Demonstration, a word. I can't think of it because I guess I haven't had enough coffee yet. But yeah, I like that. That's a very good way to put it. Yeah. Amanda says, he said something, I have something interesting to tell you. He said, I have something interesting to tell you. Maybe you should call me before it comes knocking at your door. What does that mean? That's weird. Dolores Lundberg says, I'm in the same with my daughter. Oh, honey, I'm so sorry. The same as the Happy Heaven, same situation. Dana Marie Scarletti says, and this morning chat is so special to me. I hate to miss it. I deal with chronic health issues. I feel you, Dana Marie. I totally do. And I'm just glad you're here today. You know, one day at a time, baby. 1 minute at a time if you have to, you know. Dana Marie Scarletti says, oh, wait, I already said that. Woo! Okay. Muffy Lewandowski says, good morning, Angie. Good morning, Malta. I have my coffee. Blessed day to all. Excellent news. Excellent news. I think Malta had to step away from the chat for a while, Muffy, because he's having some technical difficulties. Scott Johnson says, any thoughts about your current government? Feeling a bit disjointed from your fear-mongering leader. I can barely say his name without getting angry, and lots of folks I know support him. I will not talk about politics, but I will tell you I did not vote for that one. That's all I'll say. I don't like politics, so I have fears as well. That's all I'm saying. Dana Marie Scarletti says, how are you doing? Jamie B, I think we started coming in the live chat around the same time. I remember some of what you were going through, and I'm always happy to see you in here. I love you guys. You're awesome. Okay. Scott Johnson says, how should I delve into this? How should you delve into what? The thing with, I don't know what your question is, Scott. I'm sorry. All right. Shelly Thomas says, I hate missing this chat too. It really helps. Living with these abusers is so damaging. I'm really tired of this mental illness. I absolutely understand. Yeah, I do. It's horrible. It's horrible. It drains every single cell in your body of energy. Sometimes it feels, you know, you can become physically ill because of this abuse, even if they're not actually touching you. It's a matter of, you know, your adrenaline's all over the place, you get adrenal fatigue, and then it's horrible. It's horrible. But that's why it's so important when you're in it to focus on your gratitudes every day, even though they probably don't include the narcissist. Maybe you're grateful for the fact that you're strong enough to survive the narcissist. But whatever it is, look for reasons to be grateful, 10 of them at least every day, and 3 reasons to love yourself, because the fact is it exhausts you to the point that you can become physically ill. But literally doing those things, focusing on gratitude and things that you want and not what you don't want, even when you're in the process of leaving or you're still dealing with the crap while the narcissist is in your house, you have to change yourself. It's 100% harder to do it when you're in the midst of that negative, toxic crap, but you can still do it, and you can become stronger because of it. So stay strong, okay? All right. Malta says no video on his mobile this morning. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. Narcissistic Free and Happy says, good afternoon, Angie, from Anna Stockport near Manchester, England. Welcome back, Anna. She says, I come to the conclusion that Final discard is actually the greatest gift from the narcissist. What do you think? Yep, I totally agree. Unfortunately, final discard is not always a thing that really happens very frequently with narcissists. Every now and then you do get your own thing going. You know what I mean? Every now and then you can really get rid of the narcissist, but it doesn't always work where they do the final discard. I mean, I've heard of narcissists coming back after years. It's ridiculous. Just be strong. And no matter what, you let it be the final discard. If they try to come back, you go, nope, I'm good. I don't need you back. Jihan says steps to be your own therapist. Jihan, I want you to go over to queenbeing.com. I want you to download Perk. So go to queenbeing.com/perk, download that. I want you to download the life reset button and the plan. Those things will help you. If you're already out, don't worry about the plan, but the life reset button and the perk will be very useful for you. Those would be some good steps, and I will do a video for you on that coming up soon. All right, let's see here. All right, Shelly Thomas says, okay, we got that already. All right, Malta, Jihan says, okay. Brian says, I considered going to therapy. However, I focused so much on educating myself, and there's so much support out there that I found myself healing on my own. It definitely depends on the degree of abuse. I agree. And I think it also depends on your ability to understand the information and your ability to apply it to your own life, and your own level of self-awareness that can increase as you go through your healing. I've got lots of tools on my site, most of them free, that you can use to work through it as well. Like I was just telling Jihan, and the fact is, if you are willing to do the work, it can be done without a therapist. In most cases, not every case, because there are some situations that are, like Brian said, the degree of abuse matters. If you're somebody who's been abused from birth and you know nothing else, and you were abused physically to the point, that you were, there are so many different things to think about here. So I cannot say that every single person can heal alone or without a therapist, but I can say that I did, and I know a lot of other people who have, and it is possible if you want it to be possible, but again, I know there are some situations that might require more help than self-help can offer. So I don't want anyone to feel like if they go to a doctor or they go to a therapist for help that there's anything wrong with that, because there's not. I would suggest that you check out my video and or article on how to find a therapist who knows about narcissistic abuse, though. That would be helpful. Yeah. If you are choosing a therapist. Jay Meeby says, I'm good, Dana. I had an awesome weekend filled with shopping, mani-pedi, lunches at my favorite spots, just concentrating on self-love for now. It's not easy because I've never put myself first, but it's definitely different. Yes, that is important. And most of us can honestly say we've rarely put ourselves first before. So this is something that, it's almost a good thing. It's almost a good thing to learn to do that, and to, as we're getting away from someone who is always putting themselves first, but in a negative way, we can put ourselves first and still love other people. Narcissists, they don't see that. They just put themselves first, period. You see the difference? Yeah. Shelly Thomas says, I tried healing without outside help, then with outside help. I'm still developing the right support system, and I'm starting the process again of finding a therapist. I really need help. I understand, Shelly. I understand. Working through flashbacks and staying healthy as I escape. Yeah. Shelly, I don't know what your situation is. I do coaching, but it's different than therapy. It's similar, but different. I wouldn't say totally similar. It's just, for me, it's about using techniques that provide solutions to the issues that we deal with as survivors, and I think everyone's a little different. So you have to find something that works the best for you. And Shelly, I would suggest look at that video that I just mentioned and see if you can get some ideas for finding a therapist who is helpful for you. Dana Marie Scarletti says, I'm so happy to hear it. I'm still learning that one too. It's only been 2 months abuse free for me, and I still forget I'm safe, if that makes sense. Absolutely, it makes sense. Yeah, it's hard. And you're going to, the flashback factor, certain triggers will hit you. I mentioned before, I have this one client who said that there was a period of time where, certain things would affect her ability to, to feel, wait a minute, I'm sorry, I got distracted by that phone ringing. certain things would affect her ability to feel calm and safe. And her new love, who was a great guy, once, said some phrase that her abuser had said, and it really triggered her to feel, scared and angry again. And luckily, her new love was the kind of person that gave her the opportunity to explain herself, and then he comforted her, which was just amazing. But it doesn't always work that way, you know what I'm saying? So it's really important to identify your potential triggers as you go through healing and stuff like that, and to know what you're going to do if you are triggered, because you can't, obviously you don't want to take out your anxiety or your stress levels or whatever on someone who isn't the abuser. You know what I mean? So you need to find people who understand you. And I always recommend take time. Don't get into another relationship right away. Sometimes you just really need to take time to yourself. I needed to take a little over a year after I left my ex-husband before I was ready to consider dating again. So it depends on who you are and how long you were together and all that stuff. Of course, I had a child, and so I was extra careful about who I was hanging out with and what I was doing. So that made a difference. Dana Marie Scarletti says, yes, it is a choice, and I totally agree. Yes. Shelly Thomas says, Jihan, I hear you. Yep, me too, girl. All right, let's see here. Anna Bautista is in the house. Hey, Anna, how you doing? Welcome back, honey. She says, hi, beautiful people. Working through not answering his texts and calls and feeling great. That's amazing, and I'm so proud of you. Stay strong, girl. It's worth it. Everybody hands up for Anna. Shelly Thomas says, good for you, Anna. And Ms. Dana says, consciously choosing to be happy and not be walked on. Totally agree. Irish Indian says, I am, and I can't remember what she meant, but I'm good with that. Prakara07 is back in the house. Welcome back, Prakara. Says, good morning, Angie. Is it natural to have the urge to hit back in equal measures at the narcissist during the healing process? I mean, to complete the healing. You may have the urge to go get revenge on the narcissist, you may have the urge to go and spread lies or truth about the narcissist, smear campaign. You may have the urge to even physically hurt the narcissist, but work through the urge. Don't do it, because, my friend, it is not worth it. It will be bad karma for you. It will be bad. There could be legal ramifications for you. And quite honestly, it's toxic. So feel the feelings, let them pass, write down the feelings, and burn the paper. You know what I'm saying? Don't keep them inside of yourself. Once you get through the healing part, once you're away and you're safe, let go of that anger. So you may choose to write, well, we talked before about writing a letter, write down all the things the narcissist did to you, to the narcissist, dear narcissist, or whatever their name is. And then write down, you hurt me so much. You did all these things. I'm so angry. I'm so pissed off. Write down all the cuss words you want to say, all the bad, negative things you want to say to them. At the end of the letter, you in the last paragraph, you say, and even though you don't deserve this, I'm forgiving you. And I'm not forgiving you for you. I'm forgiving you for me, because I deserve to be happy and at peace. And this energy is toxic. So I'm letting go of you and this toxic energy. Goodbye. And then what I did was I burnt the letter, and that really helped me to move forward. Some people like to throw it down the river. Some people like to put it in the trash, bury it, whatever. Whatever you do with it, get rid of it and let go of it. I would not actually send it to the narcissist, because I don't think they deserve to know they're forgiven, because it's not that you're forgiving them so that you can continue with their crap. It's that you're forgiving them to let go of their crap. See, not forgive and forget, forgive and move forward. So that, yes, it's natural, absolutely natural, but don't fall for it. Don't let yourself become like them. It's not healthy. Excuse me. Jay Meeby says, I totally get it. Excuse me. Jay Meeby says, I totally get it, Dana. It's 3 months for me, and I still can't believe I get to make my own decisions. Isn't that insane? A grown woman learning all that over and over again. It's nuts. Yep, I feel you, girl. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. But you know what? It's also a beautiful thing, my friend. And I'm so proud of you, because, if you look at it from a positive perspective, it's like you get to start all over again. It's amazing. Yeah. Stop the Chaos says, this live chat is the most peaceful part of my day. Nothing has helped as much as knowing I'm not alone or crazy. Thank you, Angie, and everyone here. I'm so glad. I'm so glad. It means so much to me to hear that. Thank you so much. Shelly Thomas says, same here, Dana. He's so passive aggressive, though, and his intent to harm me is very clear. I love myself enough now to stand up for myself, and I feel him raging. I feel so unsafe around him. Irish Indian says, I usually go to the park. Oh, yeah, you are in the city, huh? I usually go to the park off Loughborough, but I'm looking for a bit of seclusion. I live near River de Pere and South Broadway. You know, Irish Indian, I live out in the county in Florissant, like not even technically in Florissant. I live technically in unincorporated St. Louis County. So like I can just go out in my backyard and find peace. But I think I love the city, certain parts of the city. I used to live near River de Prairie and South Broadway. I lived in South County. And actually, my landlord used to live off Loughborough when I was younger and lived down that way. That's interesting. Anyway, Irish Indian, looking for a bit of seclusion, I would look at some of the parks in the area, some of the state parks. How's Forest Park? Is that really very busy all the time? I don't know. Dana Marie Scarletti says, yes, Jamie, I feel like what you just wrote is what I've been feeling, but I couldn't verbalize it. Isn't that interesting how we do that for each other sometimes? Yeah. See, we're all such different people, and yet we all experience the same things, and I think our souls are maybe related. Maybe we're all soul group people. I don't know, soul family. Dana Marie Scarletti says, yes, Jamie. Oh, I already read that. Woo. Jamie B says, good morning, Anna. I stay strong, girl. Yes. Living Kintsugi is in the house. Hey, hey, hey. He says, Angie, good morning. I chose to stand up for myself last night, and the narc was pissed. But I feel so much better, like there's a light at the end of the tunnel. I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you. That's amazing. Congratulations, everybody. Hands up for living. All right. Dana Marie Scarletti says, thank you, thank you. And Brianne Garner says, Irish Indian, I so recommend finding peaceful and scenic locations that you can go to and relax and meditate. It has helped me tremendously. Absolutely. Yeah. Zoe says, I'm struggling today. I'm sorry to hear that, honey. She says, it feels like I'm in a snare trap of a constructive of torment of it. If I'm wrong, wait a minute. If I'm wrong, someone mentioned that, wait a minute. Sorry, it's got like an arrow in front of it. Why is it doing this? Okay, I got it. If I'm wrong, someone mentioned that if you, like me, I'm a tomboy, it's because you didn't use gifts with your mom. I'm struggling today. I feel like I'm in a snare trap, like a constructive of torment of if I'm wrong. Someone mentioned that if you like me are a tomboy, it's because you didn't use gifts with your mom. I don't know all the things there, but I'm thinking that she's saying she's a tomboy and people are giving you stuff about it because they're blaming your mom or they're blaming you. Give me more. I'm sorry, Zoe. I know it was an autocorrect issue, but I'm having a blonde moment here. Tell me what we're talking about. Shelly Thomas says, living Kintsugi, I've been standing up for myself more and more, and it feels great. At the same time, I know it's unraveling the abuser, and he's gearing up for escalation before. He's gearing up for escalated behavior. Oh, okay. Yes, that is common. Yeah, it's like a calm before the storm, right? Just, Shelly, stay strong. If you aren't being physically abused, you can get through this. If you're being physically abused, you don't have time to mess around. You need to go. Okay? I know I tell you this all the time. I'm just going to throw it out there one more time. Tommy D in the house says, 3 months narc-free too, Jamie B. Woohoo! Awesome, Tommy. Congratulations. Shelly Thomas agrees. Congratulations. Okay, wait a minute. Here's Zoe. Didn't identify. Let me read up here. It's because you didn't identify with your mom. Oh. You know, I don't think that's true. I didn't really identify with my mom, and I'm not a tomboy, but she was. I don't think that's true. I don't know what that. I think they're giving you some stuff that isn't legit. I don't really know what to think about that. Okay. Jihan says, I'm scared to death. Oh, Jihan, I'm so sorry, honey. You got to stay strong, and you got to stay focused on what you can control and not what you can't control. Lock your doors. Stay physically safe. And keep reminding yourself that you are safe. It's important. Give yourself a mantra. Every time you feel unsafe, I want you to remind yourself, I am safe. I'm happy. I'm in control. I'm healthy, whatever. Yeah. Come up with a mantra. I like to tell myself, if I have negative thoughts, I like to tell myself, I now cancel that thought and I replace it with this affirmation of my true divine desire. And then I tell myself what I really do want, not what I don't want. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. All right. Irish Indian says, DJ J Love, yes, ma'am. I appreciate this tribe more than I can express. Thank you, my love. Thank you. Did I read this? Jamie B says, Dana, just knowing others get it and the validation we get from each other is essential for our recovery. I agree 100%. It's so much harder to recover without people in the same boat who understand, you know? Misty Trinkle says, good morning, Angie. Good morning, Misty. Dana Marie Scarletti says, Shelly, please be so careful. Can you get out? Are you safe? Agreed. And I would also ask the same questions. Living Kintsugi says to Shelly, yes, it absolutely escalates and it's horrible every time. He just doesn't stop no matter what, but I can't keep exhausting myself. Yes, I totally agree with that. It's exhausting mentally, physically, and it makes you sick. It does. It makes you physically sick. Jamie B says, yay, Tommy, go us. Hey. Shelly Thomas says, yes, exactly. I'm not staying down. I'm not interested in letting him infect me with his willfully untreated mental illness. Kudos, girl. Kudos. Wally said she certainly broke me. I'm so sorry, Wally, honey. I'm so sorry. I know you don't say a whole lot, but I'm always happy to see you here. Freedom Lee says, hey, Freedom Lee, welcome back. Good morning, Angie and Courageous Survivors. I missed y'all yesterday, but listen later. Love this family. Angie, you're the bomb. Helped me through a rough weekend. Well, I'm so glad that it was helpful to see the videos, and I'm glad that you're back today, and thank you for everything, Freedom Lee. I'm always happy to see you here. Dana Marie Scarletti says, Jamie, it really is. Shelly Thomas says, Dana, unfortunately, it's not going to be easy getting out. Yeah, I feel you, Shelly. The exit plan checklist is genius, Angie. Thank you, Jamie B. And if you have anything you think that I should add to it, please let me know, because I know you just recently went through it. Tommy says, LOL, free. Feel free, but I still have that part of me that craves contact, but I'm getting by. Yeah, of course, honey, of course. That's normal to feel that way. And you know, even just saying it out loud helps. So keep that in mind. David H says, I'm sorry if I missed a police-related question. Work never stops. If I missed something, please ask again. Yep. Thank you, David. I appreciate you. I don't think you missed one yet. Let's see. But thank you for coming back. And I do understand how work never stops. I'm going to have to wrap up in a second here, guys. I'm way over time, but I know I started late, so I thought it'd be okay to go a little over. Dana Marie Scarletti says, Shelly, yes, what Jamie said. Yep. Sassy Tink says, my ex, welcome Sassy Tink. My ex left me 7 months ago, got a girl pregnant and married her. Oh, all in 5 months. Good God. I'm sorry. I am completely devastated. We were together 15 years. Why can't I let it go? That's a really hard thing to get through, honey. I'm so sorry. That's awful. I feel for you. I do. And I can imagine how horrible that feels to you. You know, 15 years and then all of a sudden they're pregnant and married in 5 months. I mean, of course you're devastated. You will be able to let go. You need to work through the process. You haven't probably given yourself a chance to breathe yet. Do you guys have any kids together? I want you to check out the perk on my website, queenbeing.com/perk. Check out the life reset button at queenbeing.com as well. All right. Stop the Chaos says, reactive abuse. Yes, I'm always the crazy one. In the end, it leaves me wondering what just happened. He points out how I overreact to everything. It's confusing and annoying. Yeah, totally. Okay, you guys, I have to wrap up. I've got somebody blowing up my phone and I just need to make sure everything's okay. I will see you later today at 1 p.m. Central Time for another live session because it's Talk to Me Tuesday. So don't forget that. And if you haven't already, you can sign up at 33222. Text AngieLive to 33222 on your cell phone. And AngieLive, all one word, AngieLive. And I will send you a text message 5 minutes before I go live each day. And that will include today at 1 p.m. Central Time. Go ahead and keep talking in the chat, and I'll read that as soon as I finish my next call. And I'll see you guys later today at 1 p.m. for a live session. Thanks so much for being a part of my day and a part of my life. Thank you for letting me be a part of yours. You guys mean so much to me, and I'm so happy to have you here each morning. Thank you so much. I'll see you soon. Have a lovely day.